The Flow Sports Radio.
Matthew Shack and the Flow Sports Radio Show, episode 62. We're going to go ahead and talk about the two greatest words in all of team sports. Game 7. As the Boston Celtics come through with a 115-105 win over the Washington Wizards. Once again, Mighty Mouse himself, Isaiah Thomas, 29 points, a 9 of 21 shooting, 3 of 5 from three-point land, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, did what he normally does, which is put the team on his small shoulders. And Al Horford followed up with 15 points. Jay Crowder had 14, but the story in regards to that game was Kelly Olynyk off the bench for 26 points. Kelly Olynyk, 26 points. That was incredible, man. Once again, it just shows the resiliency of the Boston Celtics, man. In this series, all the home teams won every time.
Crazy productions, baby.
The thing that was really unbecoming is the performance of John Wall, who I think is one of the best players in the league, one of the best point guards in the league. He had 18 points on 8 of 23 shooting. Bradley Beal once again shows his alpha male technology and his tendencies with 38 points. Otto Porter had 20. Morris had 18. But the bench was relatively non-existent. Nobody scored any points off the bench except for Robert Nagovich. He had 5. So at the end of the day, man, it just came down to Kelly Olynyk's 26 points. I don't understand it. Kelly Olynyk is not a scorer. He is a guy who you would not consider to be a person that's going to score 26 off the bench in a game 7. But the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went down. And they're going to be facing LeBron James once again in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to go ahead and go hard in the paint as we always do and talk about the next game. Golden State comes back from a 26-point deficit to beat the San Antonio Spurs 113-111. And Steph Curry once again did what he normally does as a 2-time league MVP, is show up when they needed him to show up. He had 40 points, 12 of 26 shooting. He was shot 50% from the three-point line, and he did what he needed to do. Kevin Durant followed up with 34, and everybody else was pretty pedestrian. But the play of the game was what happened with Zaza Pachulia and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was eating Golden State alive in the first half. 26 points in the first half, but then the play that everyone's talking about, Zaza did not give him an opportunity to, whether it was malicious or not, didn't give him enough room for him to come down from his jumper, and he actually hurt his leg even more, sprung his ankle even more than he had sprung it earlier. And it doesn't look like he's going to be available for game 2. Greg Popovich was very vocal in his opinion of whether or not it was a dirty play, and he thought it was a dirty play. In Kawhi's situation, he didn't think it was, but it just goes to show you know what I'm saying? Once you lose your best player, anything can happen. And at that point, Golden State went on a 16-0 run and put it to bed. LaMarcus Aldridge, even though he had 28 points, he looked like a deer in the headlights out there. He looked like he was scared to death. You know what I'm saying? So what this means is, if you're a Golden State Warrior fan, you're not mad at all. If you're a San Antonio Spurs fan, you pissed off. But let's understand something. Whatever goes for a jump shooter can go for any jump shooter. And Golden State doesn't want to play this game. They don't want to play this not giving people room to back out, especially when you have Steph Curry, who has a history of ankle problems. You don't want to start making this how you're going to play. I'm telling you that now, because everybody on Golden State's starting lineup is a jump shooter. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want somebody to come out there and do that to Steph Curry or do that to Klay Thompson or do that to Kevin Durant, because then you'll be jumping out the window. So in regards to all of that, even if it was malicious or not, it needs to be paid attention to. I think a shooter should have the opportunity to land, because everybody's a jump shooter now. You don't want that situation. You don't want them problems. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, we got the NBA draft pick lottery and draft today. And I'm just hoping for the Los Angeles Lakers to not lose their pick. I want them to draft Lonzo Ball, because I want to be able to see that drama and have that drama unfold in front of me every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that happening, and hopefully they won't lose their pick. But we will find out at around 5:30 Pacific Standard Time how that's going to go down. So tonight, Game 2, Golden State back up at Oracle versus the San Antonio Spurs, and we will see what goes down with Cleveland and the Celtics. But until then, game on. Game on.
Third Crazy Productions, baby.
Man, my grandmama gave me that chain.
What chain?
Yeah, what chain?